Hello, everyone! We hope you had a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. It is only a couple days until the new year. I'm so excited because 2021 is the year we get to bring our baby boys into this world. My husband Derek and I are currently pregnant 28 weeks and 4 days with mono di twins. Yes, there's a longer name for it, but I just use the short name, but you can look it up if you want. So I'll give you a quick little belly update. Belly is getting big. Now just remember I am 4'11", so I'm pretty short, but I have been so religious with my belly cream, and I stay very hydrated. I drink so much water, a gallon at least every single day, and I also take a vegan skin elixir, and what that does is it helps to regenerate your collagen. So it triggers your body's need to create more of its own collagen. So not only is it great for your face, but it's really good for your skin to regenerate faster. So I feel like that is helping with stretch marks. Now I know that you can't necessarily prevent them, and some people just don't get them, some people do, but you're darn tootin', I'm gonna try everything I can to prevent them. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with stretch marks. I will wear them proudly because I'm so happy to be pregnant. Derek and I have had quite the journey. If you didn't know about our previous journey, you can go back and watch my last video, but we had had some miscarriages and an ectopic pregnancy that almost took my life. So we are just thrilled, and I don't care what my body looks like after this. But it doesn't hurt to try, right? So I'm feeling good as far as I go. My symptoms are just that, I feel so much pressure all the time in my pelvis. And I think, again, like I said, I am under 5 feet tall. And so there's really nowhere for the boys to go. And so I think I'm going to be feeling a lot of, well, the doctor also said I'm just going to be feeling a lot of pressure because whether they're breeched and their feet are down or they're ready to go with their heads down, like either way, there's just going to be a lot of pressure in my pelvis area because there's nowhere else to go. Now, last week when we had our appointment, the boys were both head down, and this week, only a week later, they were both head up. So eventually, I think there's not going to be enough space for them to be able to flip around like that. But for now, there is. So it's always a surprise to see where they're at. We started scheduling our appointments with our high-risk doctor every single week from here on out. And we also are going to be seeing our regular OB, my regular OBGYN, every other week. So some weeks we're going to have one appointment, some weeks we're going to have 2 appointments, and sometimes during those 2 appointment weeks, we're actually going to have stacked appointments, so 2 appointments in one day. So it is about to get crazy. It'll be the crazy before the storm, right? When the boys are actually born. Because we are first-time parents and we're welcoming 2 into the world, right? We also have 2 German short hair pointers. So if you guys have 2 dogs in general, you know that it's crazy with 2 dogs. But if you have German short hair pointers, you 100% know where I'm coming from. I feel like I already have twins. But they are super fun, super cuddly, but they are very high energy. So it is going to be such an adjustment here when the boys come, and when we're going to have our dogs probably stay with my in-laws for a little bit when we bring the boys home, just until we adjust, and then bring them in nice and calm. Which, if you have GSPs, you know that's a joke. But anyway, I have also been experiencing a little bit of back pain if I'm on my feet too often, but not much. It's mostly just if I'm up too much or if I stay in one position too long. So like sitting on the couch for too long, then I'll have issues. I also love my pregnancy pillow at nighttime. You guys, I could not recommend that enough. Having something between your legs to help alleviate that pain in your hips is so helpful. I also kind of like rest my belly, because you're supposed to lay on your side. I rest my belly like on top of the pillow And that helps to alleviate some of the pressure too. And I think, I mean, in my brain, I feel like that would help prevent stretch marks too if you're not letting all of it sag to the side, if you're kind of propping it up a little bit. But it does help with my muscles feeling a little bit better around my belly. A couple weeks ago, I did have to go to labor and delivery just to get checked out. It was a Sunday, so I couldn't go into the regular doctor. I had a cramp right around my belly button. And so they wanted to check it out and make sure everything was okay with the boys. I felt fine. It was just a cramp. And it was so crippling, you guys. And I feel like I'm very aware of my body. I've been pretty athletic my whole life, and I have a lot of body awareness. And I was like, it feels just like a cramp. And she said, when I went in and they checked out the babies, they checked out my belly, they said it was just a muscle spasm. So luckily they treated me for that there. It's been fine ever since. And now I just have to wear my belly band a lot more. So that just helps to support my muscles and help hold up my belly so that those muscles don't have to work as hard holding on to my stomach. It's a big change to gain a lot of weight so quickly. So far, I have gained almost 30 pounds in the pregnancy, which is great. I haven't been talked to by a doctor about gaining more or less, so they must be happy. I feel good. I would say, another symptom would be my carpal tunnel, which over the holidays I ate a lot of inflammatory foods and acidic foods, which is not always the norm for me. I love to eat anti-inflammatory just to keep myself healthy, and especially since we're growing a couple of extras right now, I want to keep them healthy. If you have more questions about that, this is like my favorite topic ever, and kind of my full-time job right now is to educate people on food. So if you have questions, just message me. I'd love to help you out with that. But I ate so much junk over the holidays. I think it just made my carpal tunnel a little bit worse. But my fingertips get a little bit numb throughout the day. It's hard for me to grip onto things like to open jars and stuff like that. Sometimes just like we wipe off our dog's paws, because right now our backyard is a muddy mess. It's like we had like over a foot of snow, over 14 to 16 inches of snow here in Cleveland-ish area over Christmas, and it all melted. So now it's just like rainy mess out there in our backyard, muddy and gross. But that kind of cramps up my hands a little bit. But overall, I feel pretty good. I get tired quickly. And like I said, just that pressure, a lot of pressure on my pelvis. But again, it's pregnancy, right? And I'm not complaining about any of this, just so you know. I am so grateful for being pregnant. I am loving this journey. I'm loving learning about twins. I had no idea how high risk or how challenging twin pregnancy was. I mean, pregnancy in general is incredible, absolutely incredible. But adding the second one in there and then having to educate yourself on all that stuff is just insane. So at our appointment today with our specialist, our high-risk specialist, she did say that the babies are very small. So again, I am 4'11", so she didn't expect me to push out giant babies, but they are small. They're very low, under 10%, under the 10th percentile. So even for twins, they're pretty small. Baby A was 1 pound 15 ounces, so just an ounce shy of 2 pounds, and baby B was 2 pounds 4 ounces. And so they're pretty tiny. And so she said that she's thinking that their growth plateau will happen a little bit sooner, just by watching how they've been growing and stuff. She's thinking that when they hit that plateau, that's when you want to take them out. You don't want to keep them in any longer because then it's not really safe. You're increasing the risk for stillborn and stuff like that when their weight plateaus. So we don't want that, obviously. So she's thinking that we'll deliver closer to 34 weeks, which is just like about 5 weeks away. So today, like, things just got so real. And so that was just a huge shock. I mean, not huge. I guess we knew that could happen. But it just felt very real today. I was like, oh my gosh, our boys are going to be here so soon, like 5 weeks. And they're probably going to have to spend some time in the NICU being 34 weeks, you know, that'll be very early. She said I'll probably have to take some steroids to help develop their lungs a little bit before they come out into the real world. We did watch them today for about 5 minutes each baby to see if they were practicing their breathing, which they were, and that was good. They watched the fetal movement in there. And so like I was saying, they share a placenta. So just with how their placenta is, where their umbilical cord's attached to the placenta, baby A is kind of living on the edge over here. His placenta, or his umbilical cord, goes into the placenta close to the edge, and baby B is closer to the middle. And so baby B is getting all of these nutrients from the placenta, where baby A is kind of only living on the edge. So that is why that baby is smaller. Baby A is smaller because it's taking less nutrients from the placenta. She said that's very common in twins that are sharing a placenta, you know, to not share completely equally. But that is why we're doing appointments so frequently coming up here pretty soon, like I said, every week, just to keep an eye on them, make sure everything is going great. We do not have any signs of twin-to-twin transfusion. Now, the babies may, which is wonderful. If you haven't looked that up yet, I encourage you to look it up, but also maybe not because it's kind of scary. What can happen with that? That can happen anytime. And so also grateful that we have all these appointments so we can make sure that that's not happening. But so far, so good. No signs of that. But somebody had asked me if they're still growing after 34 weeks and they're looking good, will she let me keep them in? Yeah, but she will not let me go further than 36 weeks just because of, you know, my size. And at that point, it's just truly not as safe to keep this type of twin in. And that is, you know, it could be different with your doctor than it is with my doctor, but that's how my doctor feels. And I absolutely love my doctor and trust everything that she's doing for us. She is phenomenal. She works for the Cleveland Clinic, which is a very world-renowned establishment, you know. But anyway, super excited for these boys to get here. I'm going to keep you guys updated, keep you in the loop with what's going on, and we can't wait to see them. We don't have names picked out yet. We have a list of names, and we have to pick 2 of them. So that is so exciting and challenging. It's challenging. And I can't wait to set up the nursery. Like I said, I would love to get it done within the next week or 2. Even though they're not going to be staying in here, I would like to have it complete just because it's, I don't know, it's so cute to have your nursery done, right? They're going to be staying in our room. We do have somewhere for them to sleep in there already. So I'll probably give you a tour of that too eventually. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions or want to know more about our journey, let me know. And follow me on Instagram for like daily updates. I do pictures all the time of my belly and stuff like that. But on Instagram, Facebook, every single social platform, I am Tiffany Heflinger. So it's easy to find me. But I hope you guys have a wonderful new year. So excited for 2021 and all of the miracles to come. Keep us in your prayers if you're the praying kind. And I love you guys.